and Mexico. We're at the Roberto Duran Arena, and it's a huge matchup for these teams. Games going on at the moment: Uruguay, Puerto Rico, and Argentina and USA are at half-time, and Argentina are leading the USA team. And this is how this group looks. The winner of USA and Argentina will qualify for Mexico and Panama. They're at the other end of the group. And the winner of this game stays in contention for the top 3 spots. But with the Americas qualification, there's also a best 4th place, giving us 7 qualifiers from the Americas qualification process. So top 3 from the 2 groups, giving us 6 teams on the best 4th place. So much to play for at the moment. The teams will be introduced. Their last games, Mexico lost to Uruguay by 3 after leading for long spells in that game. And Panama lost heavily at home to the USA. But certainly in the first half, they stayed in touch with the USA team, but then USA's strength in depth just showed. And as the Mexico team is introduced to us, they of course are without Cruz and Stoll and Ion for this window, so they'll be looking to the likes of Alex Perez, who's playing Basketball Champions League with Banvit in Turkey and averaging 18.5 points a game in his 2 games that he's played, 5.5 rebounds as well, and 1 assist. So they'll be looking to him to be carrying the load. Gabriel Giron from Mexico is also the only player to have played all 8 games. For Mexico, and here is Panama. That's Eugene Luscando, who's Boston College, 23 years old. They're going to be fired up for this game. Both teams 3 and 5. Only points difference separating these 2 nations. Panama's Trevor Gaskins is their leading point scorer and assist. He's averaging over 12 points a game in 5 of his last 6 appearances. They'll be looking for big things from him today. And also for 42-year-old Michael Hicks, he's number 2 in points on the Panama team. The 6'3" swingman. We'll now pause for the national anthems. First will be Mexico.
El himno nacional de México. A continuación, la gloriosa nota de nuestro hermoso himno nacional de Panamá.
And as always, the national anthems of both teams respected and sung with pride as the teams meet at half court to exchange gifts and mementos of this huge occasion, the first of two games across the qualifying weekend. And here are the referees for tonight. From Brazil, it's Andrea Silva. From Canada, Matthew Le Calio. And from Chile, Felipe Guillermo Valenzuela Pereira. Three refs, three referees of the highest caliber, as always, with these FIBA competitions. So firstly, looking at Mexico, Alex Perez is going to have a huge role to play for Mexico this evening. He's going to be their go-to player. And that is the first five, starting five for Mexico: Toscano, Giron, Mercado, Benitez and Perez. It's a different look to the last window. Players are going to need to be stepping up. And as we look at the Panama, the home team, you've got Trevor Gaskins at number 1 of points and assists. Tony Bishop, who's number 2 in assists and number 1 in rebounds. Javier Carter as well. But they're really going to have to play some team ball. Going to bounce back from the big loss against the USA. And here's the first five, starting five for Panama: Gaskins, Hicks, Ogilvy, Bishop Jr. and Carter. So Panama looking for their first victory in the second round. They've beaten Paraguay and Uruguay back in February. And they beat Paraguay twice. That's their 3 wins. And Mexico, the last window, they lost to Argentina by 4 and to Uruguay by 3. So a really tough window for them the last time out. But they are the only team to have beaten USA 28th of June this year. And they beat them by 8. And Ivan Dinez, 45 years old, national team head coach since May of this year after taking Sols de Mexicali to the National League title. And Manuel Hussein, the head coach for Panama. He's had this same team, same group of players for a number of games. 4 of them have played all 8 games: Gaskins, Carter, Ogilvy and Rodriguez. And Munoz has played 7, so this group has really played the bulk of these qualifiers as we see Alex Perez asking for a prayer to be answered, and Mexico and Panama will need their prayers answered in order for them to progress through to the next round to give themselves a chance to get to the finals in China. Now there's going to be a minute's silence to remember Patrick Baumann, the Secretary General of FIBA and also on the Olympic Committee, the IOC Committee, a huge influence on basketball, a former player, coach and referee.
Muchas gracias.
And the minute's silence prior to the tip-off, perfectly respected by everybody here at the Roberto Duran Arena. So wherever you're watching this around the world, get ready for FIBA qualification action. It's the road to China next August, the end of August. That tournament will start. The biggest basketball show on earth. There's 32 teams will go to that tournament, including China, the hosts. 7 teams can qualify from the Americas. The top 3 teams from the 2 groups in the second round, and the best placed 4th team. So here we go. It's tip-off here in Panama City. And the first offensive action is for Mexico. Bit of a dribble weave. And Jonathan Mercado has the ball knocked out of his hands. Bit of a break in the action here. Argentina in the other game in this group are leading USA by 8. So that is a massive, well, an upset on the cards. Obviously, USA are using peripheral NBA players, G League, and they're mixing and matching their squads. So that could have huge ramifications for this group. The winner of that game will qualify. Both of those teams are 7-1. Both of these teams are 3-5. And the mascot trying to get involved or pointing to somebody in the crowd. Toscano's not sure. A few wry smiles around. The players trying to keep warm, and they don't want to be getting back into action and then tweaking something. The crowd are getting a little bit restless. And Coach Manuel Hussein staying calm on the sideline, and
Hay tiempo solicitado.
Well, it's not completely clear what's going on, but just gives us a chance to have a look at the other scores in this group. Uruguay leading Puerto Rico very close to the end of the game by 3, and it's now tied, that game. Uruguay and Puerto Rico are occupying 3rd and 4th spot at the moment with 5 and 3 records. Mexico and Panama 3 and 5. So it's just what the players did not need, was to literally start the game and then have to finish. We'll have to have a break. The referees are in consultation with the table. And the whistle's still ringing out from the sideline. Some impatient spectators. It's just a technical problem we're getting up on the screen now that the game has been delayed. So just going through the games that Panama have played, losing to the USA by 30, and then the other game in the previous window, losing to Puerto Rico by 9. And then the July-June window, beat Paraguay, one of 2 wins over Paraguay, and lost to Argentina by 15. And of course Argentina are on the verge of creating a big upset against the USA. They still lead by 8 in that game. But just a couple of things that are going to really make things go one way or the other for these teams. The shooting percentages for Panama and Mexico, similar from 2-point range. Panama only 27.6% from 3, but Mexico just over 32%. Free throw shootings around the same, 65 and 68. Rebounds are identical. Points from the bench is going to be important. Panama have the edge on that, 22 to 19, and points in the paint also by a couple, Panama. Panama have only led in games for 37 seconds. Mexico have led for nearly 5 minutes. So the team's going back to the bench. Hopefully the issues are sorted. The last thing we want is for there to be a severe delay. The players just need to stay focused, keep as warm as they can. And what is separating Mexico and Panama is a points differential of 17. Mexico are minus 31 and Panama are minus 48. That is all that is separating these two teams. And we are back underway. Apologies for the delay, and the three is straight up and just off from Perez. Ogilvy inside now, Panama in red, Mexico in white. Outside, and the three is up and good. Michael Hicks, 42 years old, knocks it down. Still doing a job for his national team. And good defense as well by Tony Bishop. Hicks inside. Oh, nice spin, nice footwork by Ernesto Ogilvy. Perez. No ball movement at all for Mexico here. There is now, and shot clock's running down. Perez is going to have to shoot it up, and he does, and it's off. Good defense by Panama. They've got to think they've got a real chance here at home. They've got real continuity with their team for the national team. Many of their players are at the same club as well, so they just know each other. Certainly Ogilvy and Munez are playing at Correcaminos. And Gaskins. So it's going to feel like a club team on the national stage. Turnaround jump shot is just long. Ernesto. Excuse me, from Bishop Jr. Inside now. Fernando Benitez had a couple of chances there, and he's just not been able to finish at the rim. Shots up and short. And Perez. And shots off by Benitez, and Panama have a chance to extend their lead. And Gaskins just saying, just keep rolling and I'll find you. Get in behind the defense and I'll find you. And keep your hands up. Be a bigger target. Toscano. Shot's good for three. Machado. Jonathan Machado for three there. Fake drive, left hand finish is good. Javier Carter with the finish. Extra ball movement for Mexico. And Gabriel Giron. Played all 8 games so far. Nice finish. And the stop! Javier Carter did something similar against the Americans in the last window. And that's a tough shot by Juan Toscano. Gaskins. And that's not going to work on that occasion. Mercado with the steal. Perez. Carter staying in front of Perez, but Perez gets open for 3. Misses it. Ernesto Ogilvy. Oh, really nice finish. Michael Hicks just dropping it over the top. He's number 2 in scoring for Panama and showing exactly why there. And Gabriel Giron couldn't get that to go, and Panama are in control here in Panama City. Bishop Jr. shots up for 3 is good. They're really heating up now. That's Carter. And it's timeout Mexico, and Carter's up to 7 points early. That slow stroke on the 3-point shot was just perfect for Panama.
Y cae. Vamos, una cosa importante, malos tiros son transiciones ofensivas. Sí. Que no nos corran. Okay, si estoy cansado en el campo, minuto. Pero nadie puede estar parado y nadie puede caminar balance defensivo. Nadie camina para atrás. ¿Estamos? Ok, venga, arriba.
Vamos. ¡Órale, cabrones! Dale. 1, 2, 3. Tienes que correr, Benítez no corre.
Let's go.
¿Comprendes? Tienes que correr el contraataque. Tenemos que llegar 5 contra 4 cada vez. ¿Vale? Si tú estás colocando el bloqueo arriba, perfecto, hacia el lado contrario. Continúale. ¿Ves cómo te queda solo como ahora? Y otra cosa, por favor, cuando el base es el que pasa el balón, como en la última ocasión, el base te pasa el balón, Javier.
Scorers and rebounders for Panama.
Háblalo. Escuchar, y el balón en el poste bajo. El balón en el poste bajo en línea.
It's been a good start by Panama, especially by Javier Carter, who's on 7 points. Just the start. Inside, and Mexico just can't get it to go. Fernando Benitez just is up against some good athletes there in the Panamanians. Gaskins. And the straightaway jump shot is good. Ernesto Ogilvy. And they're off again, Ogilvy. Great bounce pass. But Hicks couldn't gather it, and he shows his appreciation. 42 years old, sprinting down the court. He was there in position, he just couldn't keep hold of the pass. But that's just good fundamentals. Catch the ball, square up, knock it down. And again, the Mexicans are only getting one shot. Joaquin Villanova is in. And Mexicans with good defense. And another layup or that type of shot missed. And here comes Panama at pace. Gaskins travel or foul.
Falta del número 10, Gabriel Girón, su primera.
Gabriel Giron with the foul. And that didn't quite go to plan, and Mexico finally get the ball to drop, and it's Giron.
14 para Panamá, 5 para México. Restan 3 minutos con 3 segundos de este primer tiempo.
And the shot's up from the corner, but good rebound. Ernesto Ligvi. Very alert there as the ball missed the hoop, and Giron is wide open and he knocks down the three.
Falta personal sobre el número 12 de Panamá, Ernesto Ligvi, su primera. Mantiene el balón el equipo de México.
So sideline possession for Mexico. Win Avalos into the game. That's good penetration and kick out. Good rebound by Villanova. And ball's loose, couldn't take the little dish there on the baseline. And Panama up, and Haskins with the three, just didn't quite fall there. Athletic move by Perez. And he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Perez is 75% from the free throw line during these qualifiers. He makes the first. And the second. And Mexico just hanging around. Great pass and wonderful finish with his left hand by Javier Carter, real athlete. Perez for three, knocks it down, averaging 18.5 points a game in the 2 games so far, and just over 13 points a game for Banvit in the Champions League. Shots up for three is good. Both teams are heating up. Tony Bishop Jr. He's number 1 in rebounds and 2 in assists for Panama, and he's just showing his offensive prowess there by scoring a 3. Drive along the baseline for Carlos Perez, up and under. And no good with the shot there, and good rebound by Bishop Jr. He's behind that 3 again. They're not giving the shot this time. Nice fake. And the shot's just long, and Mexico get the rebound again. It falls into the hands of Alex Perez. And there's a foul just before he hits his heel. The Panamanian crowd won't appreciate that. Shots up from the corner, it's good! Perez is really doing it. We mentioned him in the pre-game. Shots up and just misses as time expires. At the end of a delayed first quarter, but we have got there, and it's Panama who lead by 6, 21-15. It's been a difficult start for both teams, but we're underway, and it's the end of the first quarter. Some of the statistics going through from the quarter so far. 14 rebounds for Panama. They are very active. Welcome back. Just the advertising there of the FIBA Basketball World Cup app. That is something worth getting downloaded onto your phone. It's okay on Android or iOS. So any of your devices, just download the app and you'll get all the information you need across the world, the Americas, Africa, Asia and Europe. 32 teams are looking to book their ticket to the FIBA World Cup. 7 will qualify from the Americas, as I mentioned earlier. The top 3 in each of the 2 groups, the best 4th place as well. And at the moment, Argentina are leading by 14. If they win that game, they will have booked their ticket to the FIBA World Cup in China. Starts 31st of August. It will prove, I'm sure, to be a fantastic spectacle. Teams from all around the world, the best players in the world, representing their countries. But in order to get there, you've got to qualify, and that's what this qualifying process has been. It's been ongoing for a year now. This is the 5th of 6 qualifying windows. And good offensive rebound. Panama are cleaning up on the boards really well. Penetrate, kick. And it's a travel in the end, committed. Jose Estrada. Good defense. Very good, but no boxing out. And flying in was Jose Estrada for Mexico. Daniel Giron is on for Panama. And also Lascando. And an open three was the result of that good passing. But Panama come up empty. Just a 4-point lead now for the Panamanians. There's Estrada. And for three, it's just off. And very physical down there. Carlos Perez for Mexico getting involved. And Lascando's first foul. And an offensive foul away from the ball. Win Avalos.
Balón favorable a Panamá, 21 para Panamá, 17 para México, resta 8-18 de esta primera mitad.
Villanova's first foul. Another offensive foul. And coach Ivan Denez will not be happy with that. Just not sure who that was. That was on if it was away from the ball, but Mexico get the ball back and they can cut into this 4-point advantage from Panama. And the Panamanian defender had been spun round there, so he was. It might be Lascando again. Penetrate, kick. When Avalos shots up is off. Offensive rebound. Really good job by Mexico on the glass. They still have it. Avalos 6-7, really getting his presence felt, making his presence felt. But they come up empty, Mexico. They'll be ruining that. And Daniel Giron attacking the basket.
Falta del número 5, Ábalos. Su primera. Hay cambios por México. Regresa con el número 11, Jonathan Machado. Y por Panamá con el número 5, Trevor Lasky. Con el número 23, Tony Mitchell Jr. 21 para Panamá, 17 para México. 7-24 de este segundo periodo.
It's out of bounds for Panama. Jamal Levy in the game. Gaskins. And a defensive foul. Joaquin Villanueva.
Falta personal del número 13, Joaquín Villanueva. Su segunda, hay cambios. Entra con el número 1, Lorenzo Mata.
It's a foul trouble there for Mexico. Shots up and it's good. Nothing but net for Tony Bishop. Only averaging 17 points. Excuse me, 17% from the three-point line until tonight. Tony Bishop Jr. blocked. Good defense collectively there by Mexico. Lorenzo Mata in close attendance. And baseline jump shot, no good, but the tip keeps it alive momentarily for Mexico. And Trevor Gaskins, flip pass, extra pass from the corner. That was probably the most wide open Bishop Jr. has been from three. And it's a travel called on Lorenzo Mata. So Panama lead by 5.
Hay que intentar tener calma. Estamos
And it's a Panama timeout.
para adentro cuando precisamente ellos están absolutamente cerrados. ¿Vale? Hay que intentar en estas penetraciones caer a las esquinas y mantener las esquinas abiertas ocupadas.
There's the team leaders. Carter, 9 points. Bishop Jr., 5 rebounds. Bishop Jr., 3 assists.
Para jugar en ataque no tengamos
He's number 1 in rebounds and number 2 in assists, Bishop Jr. So doing what he does, and Giron has 1 block shot.
O el balón ha caído aquí y cae luego a las esquinas, tenemos toda la ventaja para jugar. Vale, vamos a intentar colocarlo. Alguna vez lo podemos colocar con este bloqueo y ahora darlo a llamar y que llamarlo divida hacia la esquina. ¿Vale? Otra cosa, defensivamente vamos a identificar dónde está el tirador.
Panama 48%, Mexico 7 of 28. 25% Mexico from the field. But Bishop has been really hot from behind the arc. He's 2 of 3 from behind the arc. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. To go with his 6 points. So he's having a really good all-round game. And Panama lead by 5 in this crucial FIBA World Cup qualifier. The road to China. Daniel Giron back out to Gaskins. Shot clock running down. Gaskins throws it up and there's a whistle. And that's a sucker punch there by Gaskins. Using all his experience. Gaskins knocks down the first. 76% free throw shooter for these World Cup qualifiers. And he's played in all 8 games. And he's got 1 more to come. leads the team in points and assists. And he's pretty good at free throws, as displayed right there. Good rebound again by Lorenzo Mata. Just powering in towards the Panama basket there. No boxing out. Something they've got to look at. They've got good athletes, Panama, but they've got to box out. Screen offered by Mata. And he's gone to the baseline, but good defense with his back to the ball, rather fortuitously. Giron. Gaskins back to Giron, number 27 in red. And they're moving it all the way around, side to side, inside, outside. Shots up and it's good. Tony Bishop Jr. is having a highlight first half for his country. 10 points now. And another miss from Mexico. Gaskins powering towards the basket at speed, and it's a foul. And he's saying, I was in the act of shooting. I was taking my steps, I would think. But I've not seen a referee change his mind recently, or ever. They say what they see, and invariably, they are correct. Just another nice, smooth move from Bishop Jr. at 6'7". Plays for the Corre Caminos Colon club. Gaskins back at the line. Mexico are in the penalty. They've committed 8 fouls to Panama 7, and Gaskins is perfect at the free throw line. That's a good drive to the basket by Juan Toscano. Toscano averaging 9.7 points a game, and he's 50% from the line in these World Cup qualifiers, and that was never going to get there. Didn't look a confident stroke. Just got to get some energy in the ball. That's better. Just got to get that coordination of the knee flex and the power and a high follow through. Don't want to shoot the ball with straight legs. Gaskins running the Panama team inside. So Javier Carter off one leg is short. But they got a 9-point lead now, Panama, thanks largely to Gaskins' 5 points from the free throw line recently. And there's an offensive foul. So much physicality away from the ball or setting screens. Frustrated look there from Ivan Deniz, the Mexico head coach. Looked at the three, and then now the three goes up and it goes down. Good patience, and Daniel Giron extends the Panama lead to 12. Another offensive foul. Lorenzo Mata involved. Just all the bigs, players underneath the hoop trying to get position. And they're leaning on each other. They get caught up in each other's arms, and sometimes there's some acting going on, but Referees are, especially with 3 refs, they are all over the action. And it's another good call. Javier Carter turns, jump hook along the baseline, and Mexico are in trouble. And it's timeout here in Panama City. And the large crowd here in the Roberto Duran Arena are loving what they're seeing. Panama are on a roll. Let's listen in to Coach Dennis.
Hacemos switch, Jonathan agresivo, hacemos switch, anticipamos 3 cuartos. ¿Ok? Jugamos 2 arriba, acabamos con Alex. 2 arriba, acaba en Alex. ¿Ok? Recibe Girón. Luego.
Si la primera tengo ataque.
¿Ok? Vale, pero vamos a jugar con Jonathan, digo, va a cambiar directo. ¿Ok?
Dale la mano izquierda. ¿De acuerdo? ¿Vale? Bien.
Here's some of the statistics. 3-point range, 45% for Panama, 9% for Mexico.
Cada vez que metemos el balón dentro, sobre todo cuando jugamos un bloqueo y hay un mismatch, ellos cambian, ¿vale? Ahora, por ejemplo, estaba Toscano con Tony. Joder, hay que meterle el balón a Tony. Pero, luego los demás tenemos que ayudar a Tony.
There's the field goals.
Si estamos quietos, tenemos un problema. Sí, a Tony, a Javier, perdón. Si Javier está con el balón, vamos a
combined
jugar
for
aquí
Panama
arriba la
and
línea, ¿vale? Para tener a la gente entretenida. Si
25%,
todo el
8
mundo
from
se mete
31 for
dentro,
Mexico.
entonces va a sacar el balón para
So some real issues
¿De acuerdo?
need to be addressed.
Otra cosa.
Turnovers are 7 and 8. Panama with 8 turnovers.
Que dominamos más claramente el rebote. Vamos al rebote.
Mexico have got 7 offensive rebounds to Panama's 2, but they've not been able to finish the shots off once they've got them or end up with a score. So not making the best use of their efficiency on the offensive glass. So can Mexico respond? Just under 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Hopefully, I hope you're enjoying the action that we're bringing to you here in the FIBA Americas qualification. It's getting to a really exciting stage as Perez steps back for 3 and knocks it down. Silences the crowd in the Roberto Duran. That's perfect execution out of the timeout for Mexico. First of 2 games for these teams, these countries over the weekend. This is game day 9 and game day 10 will follow later in the weekend. Oh my goodness! And Akil Mitchell spent time in the NBA with the Brooklyn Nets, and maybe that's why he's playing in the Pro A now in France. Wow! You saw it coming, but it was a highlight play. And Mexico try to respond with the 3 from Gabriel Giron. And they make it with Jonathan Machado. To 9 points. They tried the alley-oop there, Panama. They've just got to stay disciplined. But Akil Mitchell, 26 years old at 6'8". He's 3rd on the Panamanian team in rebounds, and he's just shown us what an athlete he is. Just not contested at all as he drove to the basket, and he rose high and threw it down. Juan Toscano behind the back. Good defense, staying in front there. And not in my house, says Javier Carter. And Gaskins gets it back, and he's going to take a 3. Still alive. Mitchell with a great pass, but it was too crowded in there, really. Really active. But in the end, Mexico knock it out. Great activity, though. There's a handoff initially from Mitchell, who's it down with authority. Ferocious athleticism. American-born Panamanian. And the crowd and all of us love to see plays like that. Well, the Mexican coach would not have done. or the Mexican players. They will want to respond and have a strong defensive sequence now. Good ball movement. They've got to put this shot up, and they do. And they're just short. Gear on there with the shot. He had to take that as the shot clock buzzer was about to sound. Just under a minute remaining in the half. And it's a 10-point lead for Panama, and it's still a 10-point lead. Not in my house, says Javier Carter. Shots up, and it's just off. And Mexico get the rebound, and they can try and cut into this Panamanian lead. Perez pulls up for three. He's short. And the tip comes to a Mexican player. Now they can hold for the last shot. Can they have a positive end to the half? Toscano. They're running down, and the shot's up. And it's an offensive foul. Such frustration for Mexico. Perez made the shot under pressure for three, I believe. But it's an offensive foul called on his teammate. That's really unfortunate for Alex Perez, because he'd worked really hard, as had Mexico in that offensive sequence, to get the three-point shot, and he made it, and it's an offensive foul. I'm sure we get another look at it just to clear up exactly who the foul was on. But just a couple of seconds, or 3 seconds remaining in the quarter. Let's listen into the timeout.
Si no nos presiona. Lo que queremos es intentar recibir lo más cerca posible del campo contrario. ¿De acuerdo? ¿Vale? Bien. Daniel, sacas tú, ¿vale? Saca Daniel, aquí. Vamos a hacer esto, ¿vale? Vamos a colocar aquí al 4 para colocar un bloqueo por la espalda hacia Tony. Y aquí va a estar Trevor. Aquí va a estar Trevor. Vamos, perdón, a Mike. Y aquí vamos a colocar un bloqueo. Tú vas a colocar un bloqueo, ¿vale? Perdón,
Mexico missing Ion, who was averaging a double-double in points and rebounds. But you've got to go to the squad you've got. Panama with 10 assists to Mexico's 4. So they're having a really strong first half. And with blocks like that from Tony Bishop Jr. May have been Akil Mitchell actually on that block. Here we go. Can Gaskins get a shot off? No, he can't. And Mexico get the block with Juan Toscano in close attendance. So it's half time here in Panama City. And it's Panama 38, Mexico 28. Here's the game statistics. Panama 56% from 2, Mexico only 21%, and then Mexico now have the edge on the three-pointers. 10 assists to 4 for Panama, 3 steals each, 21 rebounds each, but 9 offensive rebounds for Mexico. 9 turnovers to 8 Panama. Mexico with 3 more fouls, 11 to 8. And the game leaders, Carter with 11 points. Bishop Jr., 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's number 1 and 2 for Panama in those categories. And the top scorers, Carter, Bishop Jr. and Gaskins for Panama. And Perez, Machado and Giron for Mexico. But we are set up for what is going to be a thrilling second half in Panama City. Mexico have got to overcome a 10-point deficit at the moment, as we see some good ball movement from Panama and there from Mexico. And Perez, if they can get the ball to him and he's open. And Mercado as well, he's 2 of 2. Michael Hicks there, at 42 years old, showing some great athleticism. And Oglivi. And good height on the jump shot by Tony Bishop Jr. And Daniel Giron, exciting and pleasing the crowd there. That's a really good move. Great footwork from Javier Carter. So we'll leave you with the highlights. And the biggest highlight of the night's about to come up, but that was a really high tariff shot. And Perez asking for a foul. And Machado again, wide open. But Akil Mitchell with the big dunk as well in that first half. We'll leave you now, and we'll be back very shortly for the remainder of this game between Panama and Mexico City. Welcome back, everybody, to Panama City for Panama versus Mexico. In Group E, it's 5th versus 6th. And as I explained earlier, it's the top 3 teams from the 2 groups in the Americas that will definitely go through. And then the best placed 4th place team, the 4th place team with the best record out of the 2 groups. So 7 teams in total from the Americas will go forward to the World Cup in China, which will be a 32-team tournament, including, of course, the host China. And this is all part of the qualification process. There's this game, and there'll be a second game this window later on this weekend. And then in February will be the last qualification games, 2 games that will decide whether these teams go to China or not. All these games have significance in FIBA rankings, getting the best seeding you can if you are going to qualify for the tournament in China. Argentina have beaten USA, so that they go to 8-1, and they have now qualified for sure. And they will be going to the World Cup finals, which is a fantastic achievement, even though as the American team is made up of development league players on the periphery of NBA teams, young players that have just come out of college. That's still a fantastic effort, considering that Argentina without Campazzo and Deck also. So that's the top end of Group E here in the Americas, the FIBA World Cup qualification. This is the teams that are currently in 5th and 6th. The winner of this team will go to 4 and 5, and the loser will go to 3 and 6. And make it even more difficult for qualification. So the group after the games tonight looks like this. Argentina are 8-1, USA 7-2, Uruguay are 6-3, having beaten Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico 5-4.
38 puntos para Panamá, 28 para México. Se da el inicio al tercer cuarto.
So Argentina, just looking at the table, they are not confirmed as qualified yet. But they are going to be very close, having pulled off a great victory tonight against the United States. So we're just getting ready for the start of the third, hopefully the third quarter, and the second half will get started without any delay, without any technical issues. Sure, the FIBA personnel and the local organising committees for these games will be right on top of things. And there is Perez. So important for this Mexican team, without Cruz, without Stoll, and without Ion. Perez, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Here we're wanting to improve on that hugely in the second half. Erwin Avalos, shots up, and it's short from Gabriel Giron, but another offensive rebound. Can Mexico get a positive result off that? And they couldn't, and Gaskins brings the ball up, and he goes straight to the three-point line, gets it inside, and that's really good play by Javier Carter. Really good low and wide position in the post there. Beautiful pass. Great passing inside over the shoulder. And Fernando Benitez, a solid looking figure, finishes with his left hand. Tony Bishop Jr. That's a nice curl cut and so calm. Michael Hicks caught the ball and stopped. The defense kept sliding away from him. He just pulled up and hit the shot. And Perez to the basket is
Falta sobre el número 11, Michael Hicks. Su primera.
that's a reach by Gaskins. And Perez will go to the line, I would suspect, for 2 shots.
Por México, con el número 13, Alex Pérez. Anote el primero.
Perez 75% from the free throw line. And he's 100% tonight, so good job by the Banvit player. And good ball movement again from Panama and a strong drive. And couldn't quite get it to finish. Javier Carter. Excuse me, Tony Bishop Jr. Penetrate kick, extra pass. But good defense again, and Panama get the steal and the push ahead, and they keep it in play. And it's a crazy sequence, 2-on-1, and the finish and the score. It was wild and wacky, that sequence, and Hicks initially saved it, then they gave it back, and Toscano with a Euro step scores and will be going to the line for a bonus. Just 50% from the free throw line in these qualifiers, and he's missed that one.
Falta del número 32 de Panamá. Javier Carter en su segunda. Mantiene los nombres del equipo de México.
That's Carter's second foul, Javier Carter. So even though they've missed, Mexico get another chance. Mexico in white, Panama in red. Perez for Mexico inside. And that's a really good play. They're now trying to work out some angles because Benitez won't be able to jump over these Panama defenders. They're going to have to find correct angles. And that was a good example there. So he can shoot around them using his wide frame. The Mexican number 12. And look out. Oh, beautifully dropped over the top by Ernesto Oglivi. Thought he was going to throw that down, but that was maybe even a more difficult shot, just floating it over the top. Back outside, Perez. Still Perez under a lot of pressure to deliver for this team tonight. And he'll be back at the line. Yeah, Carter couldn't get the block on that last play. And Perez looks really good from the line. He's 100% tonight. And the commentator's curse strikes again as he misses the back end of those 2 shots. But the lead's been dragged back by Mexico to 7. Tony Bishop Jr. over to Gaskins for 3 is good. It's only 21% from the 3-point, behind the 3-point line during these qualifiers. Well, that looks a really good stroke and another good finish. Super assist by Perez to Fernando Benitez, who's becoming to affect this game. He's certainly starting to affect it as Machado fouls Carter.
Falta sobre el número 11, Jonathan Machado, su segunda. Hay cambios. A la línea de los tiros libres, con el número 32, Javier Carter.
And Carter 66.7% from the line. Averaging 10.5 points a game, 3.6 rebounds, 6.1 rebounds. Apologies. Having a solid campaign for his country. Knocks that down. And back in is young Akil Mitchell. Exciting talent. 26 years old. Got a big dunk in the first half, so he'll be looking to build on that. Perez, they're guarding him so closely. Gaskin's right in front of him. He pulls up and knocks it down. That's a really nice, smooth play from Alex Perez. And Gaskins just lets go a deep three, which he makes, but whistle had already gone. So out of bounds play. Gaskins to Oglivi. Back to Oglivi's got to watch his pivot foot. He goes strong. And there's a whistle.
Falta personal del número 12, Fernando Benítez, su tercera. A la línea de los tiros libres por Panamá con el número 12, Ernesto Paulo Oglivi. Regresa al partido por México con el número 1, Lorenzo Mata.
Oglivi 60% from the free throw line during these qualifiers. And he's missed both. That won't please coach Manuel Hussein. Perez handling the ball, and he gets Toscano wide open. Good rebound by Gabriel Giron. Machado with a fake. And draws the foul. Just attacking the closeout, and Oglivi was just coming out too hard and then couldn't recover to slide back towards the basket. Machado 66.7% from the line during these qualifiers. That's his first one tonight. And misses both, so free throws an issue at the moment. Haskins pulls up a bit long, and now Mexico can run. They've got a one-on-one, Giron, and it's blocked, but it was blocked off the backboard clearly by Tony Bishop Jr. And Giron, as I say, the only player for Mexico that's played all 8 games. Doing a good job for his country there, running out in front and getting a transition basket. Haskins left, penetrate, kicks. And it's in and out, but they get the offensive rebound. Tony Bishop Jr. And great defense on the help. Gear on again, can't quite finish. Ball's loose, still loose. And Oglevy to Hicks. Hicks can't get it to go. So smooth though, gets the offensive rebound. Just seems to fall in his hands. A 42-year-old. And Panama with Haskins. And there's a foul. And he flexes his muscles. The defense had all been dragged up high. No one was there to help. No one moved. They were all spectators. And Gaskins says, thank you very much. And it's time out here in Panama City at the Roberto Duran Arena.
Juan, vamos dos abajo. Por el lado donde salga Ale, siempre es contigo el pick. Okay, siempre pick and roll con Lorenzo. Jonathan, abre el campo. José, paso y me voy. Juan, esquina. Ale, Lorenzo. Okay, Jonathan.
There's some of the
José, Juan, lado
field goal 3-point percentages.
Estirar una pequeña ayuda con el hombre de Toscano. Only faith, only faith. Tú eres muy rápido, eres más rápido que Benito.
And Panama 58% from two. Mexico only 34%. And Panama points in the paint, 24 to Mexico's 18, so that's a decent advantage. That's 6-point advantage in the paint, 10 points overall. And there's some highlights. Gaskins just, no one came over, and he's going to go to the line now. And he's perfect from the line, 5 from 5. He's had a bit of time to think about this free throw. But the way he's playing, I'm sure he's confident he's going to pop this in, which he does not. Jose Estrada from Mexico. He's 83% now from the free throw line. So the timeout worked by Mexico. Got the miss to the free throw. Perez for three is long. But there's a whistle away from the ball. Panama are in team fouls, but it's whether the foul was committed when Mexico were in possession of the ball. I think it is 2 shots for Lorenzo Mata. He's 56.3% from the free throw line. During these qualifiers, he's played 4 games, averaging 4.3 points a game. And he's approaching that average with that free throw made. And the second one short. And Oglevy with that rebound. Oh, nice job by Hicks. But that was out of control, and here come Mexico. Pull up Perez, just long, but good offensive rebound. Again by Estrada to Toscano. Toscano, good help D again, but someone's open because the defense had adjusted, and Estrada makes them pay. Good recognition from Toscano there. Good help by Panama, but they just got to help bigger, even bigger and more active, so they can't kick the ball out. So another quick whistle. And Panama and Mexico now both in team fouls. So Tony Bishop Jr. at the line. 76.5% free throw shooter. And that's a really good stat line. 10.6 rebounds, 4 assists, but he's missed both free throws. And Panama now 7 of 12 from the free throw line. And Mexico 7 of 13, so not great. And there's another turnover. And Estrada, after knocking down the three, turns the ball over in that corner. They just couldn't get away from that, from the sideline. Daniel Guerrero coming in for Panama. Trevor Gaskins. High screen from Akil Mitchell. And the hands of Perez are on the ball, which is where Mexico want them. Crossover, long two, and that's going to be short. Good defense by Panama. Gaskins just slowing it down. Spin, one way then the other. Nice pass. And Tony Bishop Jr. in there again. He'll be back at the line for 2 shots. Nice pass from Mitchell to Bishop. And Mata coming over, and it was clearly on his arm. He's 0 from 2 tonight. And knocks that down. 76.5% for the season. So you'd be expecting to make this one. And he does. Good rhythm, good crisp rhythm and snap of the wrist for that free throw. And it's an 8-point advantage for Panama. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Coverage coming to you on livebasketball.tv from Panama City in Panama. Good ball movement from Mexico. Can they get a good shot though? Fade away is good by Estrada. Really tough shot. Big step away there from Mexico's number 2. And what a move by Oglivi. He was under the basket. And he's used his long frame to perform a top-level reverse layup. There's a foul by Gaskins. Look at this. That's really nice play. Machado. A wry smile by him. He knew what a tough move that was. So, just under 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and it's timeout.
Vamos a echarnos para atrás y llevarle a la mano izquierda y cada vez que juegue un bloqueo irse atrás. ¿Me entiendes? Porque le estamos regalando tiros libres y penetraciones. Lo primero. Lo segundo, en ataque, ¿vale? Tony, tranquilo. tranquilo, vamos a jugar para ti. Pero si marcamos
There's the
una
rebound
dos
count.
y el base
Mexico.
viene aquí.
9 more offensive rebounds than Panama,
Siguiente jugada.
but just not been able to make the most of them.
Siguiente jugada. Hacemos cuernos largos con José de uno. José.
And points by quarter,
Carlos.
giving us
Alex,
57 to
Estamos
49.
sin cortina, Carlos.
Panama leading.
A Irwin, 1-2, recibe Irwin. Alex, estague para él, ¿ok?
Vamos. Dale, 1, 2, 3. México.
That's a nice move, using the basket as an aid, so the defensive player Machado could not come over and block the shot. So Estrada at the line. And a nice stat line there, 8 points, 9 points now, 2 rebounds, makes both of the free throws. Bit of full court pressure. And that's good, exactly where they want him. They wanted Raquel Munez to go to the sideline. That's the extra defender. That was the wrong move by Munez. He needed to get to the middle of the floor. So that's a good effort by Mexico. Just 6 behind now. Panama have led all the way from the start of this game. Slightly delayed by a technical error. And Perez has just got a beautiful shot with one leg out and a slight fade, and now it's only a 3-point game. Mexico have just hung around. Good defensive play. 3-pointer by Perez. Now a backcourt violation. And Joel Munez, I'm afraid, has come on the court. The 38-year-old, obviously very experienced. He's come on the court, created 2 turnovers, and Perez is at a 3-point shot as well. So he'll be wanting to put things right in a hurry. It's 13 turnovers for Panama now. 2 in quick succession. Perez. Inside, outside dribble. Floater. Right at the buzzer. .30 seconds remaining in the third. Inside, Oglivi comes back. Good job by Lorenzo Mata, just not going anywhere. Bit of a slip. And what a sleek move by Tony Bishop Jr. Up to 14 points now, 6 rebounds, shots up, and it's short. Offensive rebound is off the side of the backboard, still time, and clears everything at the end of the third quarter. Panama still hold a slender advantage. At home in Panama City, they lead Mexico 59-54.
FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it.
Welcome back, everybody. Kobe Bryant, of course, former LA Lakers star, multiple World Cup NBA championship winner, and Olympic gold medals. And would have played in a World Cup himself. Putting the shout out to the players, you want that World Cup. That's a nice pass over the shoulder to Benitez. Come and get it. And certainly tonight out of this group, Argentina are on the cusp of getting there. It's only mathematical that they won't get there. But that was some good play by Benitez. He came in, used his size and his frame. But Panama have some size. They have extra athleticism in their team that they can just keep bringing off the bench. And Trevor Gaskins running the show for Panama. But some excellent play by Estrada, and Perez is really looking dangerous. This was a really tough move by Oglivi. And Perez just catches, shoots with that little bit of fade. And that was a tough move by Bishop Jr. as well. So 1 quarter is left in regulation. Are we going to need any more than that here in Panama City? Panama will inbound. And Daniel Guerra. Tony Bishop Jr. Trevor Gaskins. That's a really good move. Daniel Gueron on the drive, just hangs in the air. And that's good defense as well. Really quick sliding of the feet, getting his hand up, deterring any passes. Perez, what can he do now? Double teamed momentarily. He steps back. That's such a tough shot. In the end, it was too difficult even for him tonight. Perez, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists so far. And that's really nice play by Akil Mitchell. Exciting player from Panama. And there's a whistle away from the ball as Estrada picked up his dribble.
63 para Panamá, 54 para México.
Perez rises up for 3. No good this time. Ball's loose. Good rebounding by Panama. And Gaskins brings it down for the team in red. Brings it out. Screen via Akil Mitchell. Hand off. And Javier Carter going strong to the basket. There's Carter's stats, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Remember, he's 3rd on the team in points, 2nd in rebounds. 27-year-old, playing for Hispano Americano. Carter playing his club basketball in Argentina. So Mexico 10 down again. They got it all the way back to 3. And good job on the defensive end. Extended hands, bodies in the way, clogging up the middle, forcing Mexico to take tough passes and contested shots. There's players free over here because, and that's a travel by Erwin Avalos. He was wide open. If they'd given him the ball straight away from the inbounds, maybe faked the pass to the left and then bounced it over to the right, or a wraparound pass around the player in front of the inbounder, he would have had a wide open shot and wouldn't have had to make the fake. Maybe they look at that for next time, because Panama are really helping across towards the ball. Akil Mitchell. Mitchell. That's a tough move there. Off balance slightly. Toscano to Carlos Perez. Gabriel Giron. Travel. Toscano's frustrated, punches the ball, and he should be. That's an unforced error by the young man, 25 years old. Playing with the Santa Cruz Warriors. And it's another steal, another turnover, and Toscano knocked away from him by Michael Hicks. 42 years old versus 25. Hicks has kept himself in remarkable shape. Long range shot is up, and Panama get another chance to extend the lead. Good defense by Estrada. Shots up, it's just short from Panama, but they get their offensive rebound, and it's Gaskins, Trevor Gaskins, miles out. He's too long, and here comes Giron. Still Giron. Toscano. He's trying to get the foul there, but nothing going. And another offensive rebound for Mexico, this time by Joaquim Villanueva. Excuse me, that's Perez, Carlos Perez. And it's timeout in Panama City. Panama leading 64-54 versus Mexico. Group E playoff qualifier. It's Panama timeout.
Si yo marco vueltas abajo para él, es porque quiero que el balón le llegue a él. Si no, marcaría vueltas abajo para otro tío. Vale, si marco vueltas abajo.
Top scorers for Panama, Carter with 16, Bishop Jr. 14, Gaskins 10 and Oglivy 8. Really good spread of points.
No lo podemos meter porque el defensor de Javier anticipa. Vale, ahí no, no hay nada.
Rebounders.
Lado contrario, insistimos. Tranquilo.
Same players.
Canasta de Carlos, 2 tiros tú. Ok, nos quedamos a presionar 2-2-1. Ok, si no, Juan, vas a entrar por Carlos para jugar de 4. ¿Estamos? Venga, va.
And Mexico, Perez with 18, Toscano 5 rebounds, Toscano 3 assists. Just looking at some highlights. This was a nice move from Mitchell. So have Mexico got any more in the tank to be able to push Panama? 6:26 remaining in the fourth. Try and force them into some mistakes. 14 turnovers now for Panama, 12 for Mexico.
A la línea de tiro libres con el número 16, Carlos Pérez.
Carlos Perez to the line. This is his first The second free throw of the World Cup qualifiers. And he knocks that down.
Hay cambios por el equipo mexicano. Entra con el número 13, Alex Pérez.
He's now one of two. So some 2-2-1 press. And really good pressure, but they go over the top of the pressure. And that pass wasn't on. Maybe should have been a bounce pass from Akil. And more difficult to defend in and around the key area. Estrada. Perez is back on for Mexico. Mitchell just couldn't quite get both hands on the ball. There's no doubt he's a good athlete, just needs to get firm hand on the rebounds. Perez with the inbounds. Look for him to get the ball back. Oh, I just thought that was going to happen. It was too tight. The initial pass was not far enough inbounds, and that's a real bad mental mistake by an experienced player. There's no room there for Perez to take the ball back. That's 3 turnovers for Toscano. Mitchell hands off, screens, rolls to the basket, and that's a miss for Panama. Oh, wide open layup by Daniel Giron. And there's the other Giron on the Mexican side. And a nice finish. Juan Toscano. More double team by Mexico. Joel Munez back in. Extra attempted pass. Shot clock running down. Munez, Euro step, completely misses everything. And they've run out of time. Just hasn't quite been Joel Munez's night. Such a difficult shot he was attempting. And they run out of shot clock. And Akil Mitchell comes out for Panama. And Panama will want their experienced players on the floor now to see this through. Massive game for them, especially being on their home floor. Shots up, and it's a long way short, but another offensive rebound for Mexico. Back to Perez. Irwin up. Toscano there. Excuse me, Toscano driving through. Good save. There's Toscano, and he was fouled. And he's back at the line. Noise level goes up, and he's missed both. They're massive shots. And there's a whistle. So Panama will play Puerto Rico on Sunday night. at home again. Shots up and off, and Mexico will be playing Argentina. So in Argentina, so they've had 2 games on the road this window. Panama, 2 games at home, and they're on the verge of a big victory here that would send them to 4 and 5. There's 4 minutes remaining. It's a long, long time to go, especially when you've got Perez. The likes of Perez against you. Estrada shot well. And there's a long 2, it's off. And Ogilvy with the rebound. Trevor Gaskins gets it back, uses the screen. That 3 is miles short. Deflected and partially blocked by Mexico. Perez, crossover, hesitation, ball's knocked loose. And he'll be back to the free throw line. Good defense by Javier Carter, not giving Perez a look for 3. Great pass along the baseline though. Toscano just can't quite get the jump hook to go. And Panama edge closer to a massive victory. Off the side of the backboard. Here comes Toscano behind the back, and he's fouled.
Falta el número 27 de Panamá, y hay tiempo solicitado por Panamá. Segunda falta personal para Daniel Girón, 64 para Panamá, 57 para México.
So his timeout Toscano will be at the line when we return, and he's only 1 of 5 tonight. It's Panama timeout.
Mauro. Balón a Javier. Daniel. Mano a mano. Aquí. Javier. Tú, Mauro. Tony, Trevor. Para acá. Primero bloqueo.
Steve block shots for Panama. Carter with 2.
Tony, bloqueo. Balón.
Acaba Fernando. Que no arriba el balón. O llega directo aquí. De aquí a aquí. Usamos bote para cambiar. Pero tiene que llegar el balón aquí. Aquí atacar. Qué ventaja Fer todo el rato. Aquí. Un cae.
And Panama leading the assists column by 5. But they need to get the ball in the hands of Perez to make the decisions. There's the mascot getting everybody involved. Much will rely on these 2 free throws from Toscano, who's only 20% tonight. He needs to knock that down. When he gets it right, it's a beautiful arc. And he misses that, and Panama get the rebound with Trevor Gaskins. Daniel Giron, Gaskins attacks. And that's a tough shot, but good rebound by Oglivie. And he's just going to drop it over the top. And he finishes with great strength and good touch. No box out at all by Toscano. and he was overpowered by Glivi. Glivi with 10 points now, 10 rebounds, double-double for Panama's number 12. And he makes the three-point play.
67 para Panamá, 58 para México, resta 30 en el cuarto periodo.
So Panama now, 9-point lead. Ticking down to 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. More physicality.
Falta abrazo grande el número 11, Michael Hicks, su tercera. A la línea de tiro libre con número 12, Fernando Benítez.
And Benitez at the line, makes the first. He's 50% from the free throw line for the qualifiers. Perfect tonight. Oh, good press break, but he brought the ball down Glivi, but they've still got it. So much physicality, and in the end, Toscano just couldn't stay in front. Both players at 6'6" there, but Glivi's got really long limbs. That's Toscano's second foul. And line out of bounds. Javier Carter, 2 minutes remaining here in Panama City. Panama lead by 7. Oh, nice play by Trevor Gaskins. He's got so many different ways to score. And he almost slowed down as he went up into that move to straighten up the defense. And he was able to shoot over the top. It's timeout Mexico. Panama lead by 9.
José, sacas tú. Gabriel, lado contrario. Alex. Alex pone el pick para Fernando. Ok, Juan, un buen pick para Alex. Ok, recibe el balón. Si no hay nada aquí, Juan, tú bajas. Jugamos Fernando, pick and roll. Ok, Gaby sube, Juan abierto. Estamos, y nos volvemos a meter en 2-2-1. No puedo usar foul. Estamos en bonus, no foul, bonus.
No te va a presionar. Vienes aquí con la pelota. Si no puedes darla, súbela. Ven al mano a mano. Todo eso si él no puede recibir. La pelota quiero que vaya a él.
They're going to need a minor miracle here. 90 seconds, 9 points. They've shown that they can put a good press on Mexico and disrupt Panama and try and force them to the sidelines. That was a really smart move by Gaskins there. He just slowed down a fraction. His footwork was almost opposite, and it befuddled the defender a touch. And now Mexico have been able to advance the ball after that score. What can they do off this? Inbounds. Perez. He's got to come up big now for them to have any chance. But again, he's picked his dribble up, and more activity away from the ball. Good conversation there, some smiles between Perez and Carter.
A la línea de tiro libres con el número 12 de México, Fernando Benítez.
Benitez misses his first free throw of the night, 2 from 3. But strokes that. 8-point lead. Good touch by the big lefty from Mexico, and Panama break the initial Mexico press. As the double team comes, they pass over the top. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Gaskins, he'll know that. Pulls up for three. That's way off. Mexico being patient. They don't want to force anything yet. Estrada, that's long. And Gaskins gets the rebound. Now they're very close, Panama. And the crowd know it. Even the man at the front there saying, just slow it down. And that bounce pass, there was too much juice in it. As Oglivi cut to the basket, he couldn't handle it. And now it's timeout. Timeout, Panama. Eight-point lead, but they just can't shake Mexico off completely. Apologies, timeout, Mexico.
Primero José se va. Okay. El evento para Girón. Lo trabamos. Primero Alex, después José, después Girón. Rebote ofensivo, trampeamos. Okay. Trampeamos. Vamos.
And there's field goals percentage. 43%. Panama and 30% Mexico.
Cambiar, da igual, cambiar, porque ellos van a ir a morir al triple.
And there's 3 pointers, 29%, 26. They've called off both teams. Shot well in the first half. But can Panama hold their nerve and get themselves a big victory? Mexico go to Argentina on Sunday, and Panama are home again. Shots up, and it's short. And the rebound by Javier Carter. 16 points. 8 rebounds for Carter. Great effort. And Hicks in the game, the veteran. Nice inside passing and a finish! He likes that reverse, Oglivi. The 2 points is good. And he'll go to the line for a bonus. Great catch pass and good balance on that reverse by Oglivi. And he knocks down the free throw. And Panama are almost there. And they get the steal. What a finish by Javier Carter, coming over the top of the Mexican defense and slamming it home. Long range three from Toscano. The game finishing with a highlight play. And a foul on Trevor Gaskins. Wow, what athleticism from Javier Carter. Watch this, folks. That's thrown down with authority. He loves that with a smile on his face, knowing he's helping his team to a massive victory here in the FIBA World Cup qualification game v Mexico. Panama on the verge of going to 4 and 5. Mexico will drop to 3 and 6 with a trip to Argentina to come on Sunday, and that's a foul on the ground.
Hay falta sobre el número 12, el resto Mauro Libri, su cuarta falta. A la línea de tiro libre con el número 6, Toscano.
Toscano misses again. He has struggled, the young man. It's been a big problem for him. He's at 11 points. He's shot the ball well in other areas, but hasn't been able to get it going from the free throw stripe. And as time runs down, more pressure from Mexico. And Gaskins puts up the final shot of the game. And Panama have achieved a great victory here on their home floor. They've beaten Mexico. They go to 4 and 5. Mexico drop to 3 and 6. And final score, Panama 76, Mexico 65. It's a really good effort by Panama. They led from the start and they never gave the lead up. And they've got another home game coming on Sunday. Against Puerto Rico. There's Oglivi, one of the heroes. 14 points, 10 rebounds. Double-double, and here's the game stats. Pick out what you wish. Panama with a couple of more rebounds. Mexico with 8 more offensive rebounds. Panama with 6 more steals. 6 more assists. Mexico with a couple more steals. 3 blocks each. 17 turnovers, Panama. 23 fouls apiece. But the Panamanians are going to be really happy tonight. Here's Carter and Perez, 18 points each. Oglivi, 10 rebounds. Gaskins, 4 assists. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists for Trevor Gaskins. And there's some other stats as well for you. And here is the top scorers: Carter, Gaskins and Oglivi for Panama, and Perez, Toscano and Estrada for Mexico. And this is how the table looks. Mexico bottom, Panama 5th, so they just swap places. Panama still keeping their hopes alive of qualification. Mexico are going to need to win in Argentina and win their last 2 as well to have any chance. Of course, there is the best 4th place qualification as well in this Americas. 7 teams go through. So it's not all lost for Mexico, but it's going to be tough for them from here. But Panama have given themselves a chance with a home game against Puerto Rico, who lost to Uruguay tonight. They've got a home game on Sunday evening. All the games on livebasketball.tv. Don't forget, please download the app. It's free, and I give you all the stats, all the highlights. Some great articles as well from all the regions of the FIBA qualification process for the road to China, the World Cup, which starts 31st of August next year, as we see Trevor Gaskins get into the basket. But we'll leave you with the highlights. I hope you've enjoyed the game. There's more live FIBA World Cup qualification, 24 hours a day almost, on livebasketball.tv. Do catch the action. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. I've certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. Panama victorious. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening.